Good.
Good morning, everyone. Madam President, Mr. President, and your executive team, good morning again for coming
Good
in.
morning.
This is a proud moment for us that we are in this position to help a team that is going off, especially a young team that is building, because we know that's where the future lies in our sports and in the Bahamas. I'm particularly glad because, track swimming is in a very, very historic position. They have won back-to-back career, the only match in boxing. and if they were to go and do a three-peat, I mean, that would be great for this country and great for the Bahamas and great for swimming, the sports of swimming. So, I'm going down to swimming to be part of that, and I hope my good luck, help you to win. I was trying to get the track, but to get from Martinique I could get to St. Lucia, but to get to Grenada, I can't get to because of the flight. So I'm sorry that I can't make that. Well, you go. That's good. But yes, this is part of our aim. Really, is to build sports in the Bahamas, and along with you, because we know the difficulty time that we go through. All of us here being in the president's shoes and local organization before, so we know when time to send a team off, the difficulty it is to raise money and to get your team together and to motivate them and for you to feel comfortable. So we are doing this to help you all feel a little more comfortable and covering your expense. So we look forward to this. We are happy to do it, and we want to continue with a good working relationship with all of you so together we can push this phenomenon called sports. We still, in sports in the Bahamas, every time you look at everything, sports people don't get recognized. We hardly get recognized for much that we do. And then the bad thing about it is that we turn on ourselves. We criticize each other openly and publicly. And then there are other people out there saying, you see them there, that's how they go. But let us join hands together and let us be the benchmark for sports in the Bahamas Olympic and all of the federation. That is what we want to do, and that's what we're going to do together. I believe that together we can do a lot of things, cut back on a lot of crime. One of our plans is to do an inner city walk through the neighborhood, and if we can get all of us together one Saturday and just show our strength and do something like that, because we believe that there is a lot of diamond in the rough in those areas that need guidance. And I believe if we do it with strength, we can capture some of those diamonds early and turn them around. So we look forward to working with you at all ways. We want to be part of you because, like I said, we all come from the same stock, working in the same organization, going through the same problem raising money, getting cussed out by everybody. I'm lucky I don't get it now that much. I'm still. But I thank you to come here this morning for us to present you with this check, and it shows that that we want things to happen together. So thank you once again for coming.
Terry, yes, think about you. Do it. Thank you.
Let me put you sit here.
Although she needs no introduction for the benefit of the flag, Ms. Rosie Carey, president of the B3A, the newly elected first female president in the history of the B3A. Welcome her to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. President Cargo, my executive team and the swim team. Thank you very much, President, for those warm words. I'm like, okay, am I to follow suit after you? The B3As and the BOC have historically always enjoyed a mutually beneficial relationship. And Mr. President, we want you to know that this new executive team, we intend to do the same. We intend to bring a more harmonious relationship from the B3As to the BOC. This harmonious relationship would augurs well for us to have well-prepared teams to travel, not just to Carifta, but all of our international teams. And we want to continue to build that track and field domination that our Bahamian people have come to expect from us. the B3A, sir, would like to express its deep appreciation to you for your generosity in supporting our track and field and our young athletes. York, we want you to know that your commitment will be incredibly helpful in allowing our athletes to be adequately prepared as we go for gold at this Carifta over this upcoming Easter holiday weekend. And we would also like to take this opportunity to wish our swim team all the best. We wish you stellar performances as you go to repeat. And know that your sister organization we intend to be #1 in the not too distant future. So again, Mr. Miller, Mr. Secretary General, thank you so very much for your kind contribution. Thank you.
Mr. Algernon Coggle, President of the Bahamas Swim Federation.
Mr. Miller, President Carey, Mr. Romel Knowles, BSF executives and B3A's executives, members of the press, good morning. It is a surprise when the BSF receives a telephone call from any member of the public offering us money. And for this reason, I'm very excited when Romel called me and said that the BOC has recognized the hard work of the Swimming Federation and will make a $10,000 contribution to our Carifta team. And I can tell you, it doesn't happen every day that we get any pull effect from the public wanting to give us a donation. And when it happens, it shows us that the hard work we do internally within the Federation certainly augurs well for what is seen externally. So having said that, Mr. Miller, I want to thank you for your generous contribution to our Carifta team, as well as the swimming in general. And as the President said, winning Carifta was very, very difficult for our Federation when we did it for the first time in Aruba 2 years ago. And repeating as Carifta champions was even more difficult when we did that last year in Barbados. And our focus in the Federation this year is to defy all of the odds and to repeat, or three-peat, I should say, as the Carifta champions in Martinique. Now, we know that going into Martinique was going to be very hostile territory in that we have a language barrier, we have a cultural difference overall, and also Martinique and Guadeloupe have also been Carifta champions before the Bahamas dethroned them 2 years ago. So having said that, we are prepared for all the odds. We have an excellent management team going to Carifta led by Mrs. Cecile Green, and she will be the team manager looking after all of our interests in Martinique. And our focus, along with the management team, is to ensure that our athletes receive the very best care, that they represent the Bahamas at the highest level possible. And we seek to maintain the reputation that the Federation has generated within the Caribbean as the #1 swimming country in the Caribbean. And we know, Madam President Carey, that the B3As has led the way, particularly at the senior level, insofar as dominance at the global level in sporting countries in the Bahamas. And we soon hope to continue to grow from our performance at the junior level and expand this on the senior level, as we're doing with the case of Miss Ariana Vanderpool Wallace and other senior swimmers. And I say all of this to say that the hard work of our Federation, as well as the support from Corporate Bahamas, the BOC, as well as BTC, our Carifta sponsor, tells us that we certainly are getting the support that we need in order to represent the Bahamas at the highest level at Carifta and certain other international competitions. And finally, Mr. President, I want to ask for your continued support as Bahamas sets to host the Caribbean Island Swimming Championships here in Nassau in late June of this year. This is the first time this championship has come into the Bahamas, and for those of you who may not recognize it, CISC, or the Caribbean Island Swimming Championship, is a step higher than Carifta. So this will include many senior athletes who are aspiring to qualify for the Olympic Games, as well as countries from Cuba, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and some other countries in Central America as they come to the Bahamas for the first time to compete here in the Caribbean Island Swimming Championships. And we've made it mandatory for our senior athletes to participate in these games because we recognize the importance of these games, as well as the profile it provides for the Bahamas, as well as our Federation. So again, many thanks for your generous donation. We certainly will use it well in the development of our Federation, and we also want to use this opportunity to encourage other corporate Bahamas citizens to come forward and do the right thing as the BOC has done today in supporting two powerful organizations, the B3As and the BSF, as we seek to represent the Bahamas at the highest level. So thank you and good morning.
Don't leave Algernon. I misspoke. And are there any questions? Algernon could field the questions while he's at the podium, and right after that, it'll be Kerry.
Why don't you join me then?
Just how has the preparation been going in terms of, venue for CISC so far?
Well, that's a very interesting question. CISC, it is a brand new facility in Martinique. It's the first time it will hold, Carif to be the first time it's hosting an international competition. Luckily, these championships have been recognized as a qualifying event for the Olympic Games. So it tells us that the facilities should be at the standard that we require. We've extended an invitation to Martinique for the Bahamas, or asked for an invitation for the Bahamas to come to visit Martinique, not only to safeguard ourselves, ensuring that we're prepared, but also to ensure that we meet, I guess we met there and the standards of what we would expect for our athletes, because we've heard of the experiences that track and field had a few years ago when they went to Martinique. And we haven't had that success of getting an invitation yet, so that alerts some alarm bells. But nonetheless, Cecile and her team will ensure that the Bahamas is well represented. When you have strong people supporting you, we're sure that we're going to ensure that we have strong results in Martinique.
Mr. Carter, with the last 2 years with the Bahamas winning Carifta, has the culture of winning increased in uptick in participation for a lot of the young developing swimmers?
Absolutely. We've seen the federation grow to where we have over 1,000 swimmers now, for example, competing at nationals. And this tells us that the sport is growing. But one of the things we haven't been able to successfully do is erase the erroneous stigma that swimming is an elite sport. And we use every opportunity to try and dispel that notion, because swimming is far from the elite sport. We have Bahamians from every socioeconomic standard or lives participating in swimming. In addition to that, we have public school students who actually make our Carifta team, similar to track and field, where they have public school students on their team. And we see that because the Bahamas, as you know, is an archipelago of islands, less than 5% of Bahamians really know how to swim. And I want to commend the clubs that actually go into the inner city schools, and they bring the students as their PE activity from the schools to one of the private pools in Nassau, in order that they can teach them how to swim and hopefully grow the swimming programs in the Bahamas.
Any more questions?
No, since there are no more questions, let me just take this opportunity to say at Carifta Trials this weekend, Friday and Saturday, know that on Saturday we have a huge, we have a big stakeout plan. So we have, even though we have asking corporate Bahamas to come and assist, B3As is also trying to use its own initiative to raise funds. So we're having a big stakeout, Family Fun Day. So we're inviting everybody to please come and participate on Saturday and join us when we have our big stakeout. And come and see the trials as well.
And also, I would be remiss if I don't recognize our major corporate sponsor, BTC. They've stepped forward. We have a 4-year agreement. We're in our 2nd year of this agreement with BTC. And they've certainly stepped up to the plate, and they're helping our federation in a big, big way in sponsoring our Carifta team for the 2nd year in a row. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions for the president?
What time is it?